everyone, welcome to my channel, Mike's Cross Training. Today we have an special interview with Mira. Welcome to my channel, Mira.
Thanks for the invitation.
You're
Hello,
welcome.
everyone. Hello.
You're welcome. So Mira, can you tell us what's your complete name, how old are you, and where you're from?
My full name is Mira. I'm from Warsaw. It's the capital city of Poland. It's not my home city. I've been living here for 15 years now, 16, I believe. I will turn 38 in a week from now.
Wow. So where were you born?
I was born in Wrocław. It's a big city in the western part of the country.
Yeah, okay. So you're from Poland. Poland.
I'm from Poland, yes.
Yeah, cool. So tell us about CrossFit. You're an athlete or a coach?
I'm an athlete. I've been doing CrossFit for 9 years now. I'm not a coach. I'm just an athlete. I'm just a club member. I started doing CrossFit by accident, actually, because I was living in the apartment that was adjacent to the venue where our CrossFit box opened. So the venue was empty for a period of time, and then the CrossFit box opened in this venue, and I could see and I could hear that there is something happening in this venue.
Wow.
So one day I just visited them, and I had a small chat with the owners, and they invited me to start working out with them, and I started right away. And I fell in love with CrossFit and with gymnastics almost from day one. I didn't know what CrossFit was beforehand, actually. I knew that there is some kind of discipline called CrossFit, but I had no bloody idea what kind of sport is that and what it really is about.
Yeah.
So yeah, now I've been doing that for 9 years, still in the same club. I love this club. It's in our neighborhood in the district that I live in, so we are still neighbors, and yeah, I'm pretty happy that I got to this club 9 years ago.
Wow, 9 years ago. So, are you planning to study to be a coach or just an athlete?
No, I feel really good as an athlete, to be honest. I don't feel like coaching people, because first of all, I don't really see myself as a coach. Second of all, is that I don't feel like I have all those features that a good coach should have. Because, for example, whenever I see a person them doing something in an incorrect way, I don't know what I would tell them in order to correct their positions. Especially that, different people have different problems. Sometimes it's a matter of mobility, sometimes it's a strength issue, sometimes it's body awareness issue and stuff. And I'm not really able to see what that is and what kind of, I don't know what kind of advice would be helpful for this kind of person. So I just said that I would love to be just a club member, and I love to be coached by others.
Yeah, okay, cool. So, how was your first class? Do you remember your first word?
More or less. I don't really remember the details, but I remember that we had burpees, med ball cleans, and running. Wow. And since it was in the middle of the summertime, the weather was very hot, and I was very sweaty. I was exhausted after the workout, but I felt like it's actually a good option for me to start training CrossFit, and I fell in love with this very, very quickly.
That's nice. And before you met CrossFit, you were doing any sports or not?
Yes, I was running for a few years. There were actually even weeks where I would run 50 kilometers, so this was pretty intense. But what I have to say about running is that I was doing it, but I never really liked it, So now I'm in the phase of my life where I do my workout with a smile on my face. I just can't wait for the workout. I just can't wait for the moment when I get into my club and start doing my workout. But in terms of running, that I was doing for good few years, I was doing it, of course, but I didn't really like it. So whenever I went back from office to home, I felt like, okay, I need to do my training session today. Maybe I will eat something first, and maybe I will do this and I will do that, and then I would start my training session, and afterwards I feel like, okay, I'm finally done and I can do other stuff. So even though I was doing it, I didn't really like it, and that wasn't so satisfying for me as CrossFit is right now.
Wow, yeah. And what's the name of the box that you are training in?
It's CrossFit Wilanów. Wilanów is the name of the district that we live in.
Yeah.
So the name is pretty simple.
Yeah. So you have your boyfriend who is your coach, right?
Yes, he's my coach. He's sitting right behind me. Yeah, I will tell you the story. Just give me a second.
So you fell in love with CrossFit and with him, both.
Actually, CrossFit was first, and I was a member. I started to be a member in 2016, and he joined our club in 2018, as far as I remember. So first of all, he was just a club member. So he wasn't a coach at the very beginning. He was just a club member, and we didn't actually see each other very much because he used to train in the mornings, and I always train in the evenings. So we didn't actually cross and see each other in the box. I didn't really know him. I mean, I knew exactly that there is a guy named Philip in our box, but we didn't actually know each other. And everything changed when he became a coach. 4 years ago, he did his level 1 certification, and he became a coach in our club. So the moment he started his coaching career, he opened a gymnastics class in our club. And since I love gymnastics, I started to participate in all of his classes. And this was the moment where we actually started to notice each other, right? I felt like this guy would be a really great coach. Even though he was a beginner on this journey, I really felt that this guy would be really good at it because he had great eye for the details, and all of his features that he had were really great, and that's exactly what happened. So he is a great coach right now. So we started to see and actually even like each other when I participated in his gymnastics classes. I was pretty good at it, so he was really happy to help me with some positions, with some skills, giving me some cues and stuff. I really liked him because he was good at it. He was a gymnastics coach, and since it was my passion, we started to forge some type of connection. And at some point, we just befriended, you know. At some point, we had this moment where we started to even spend some more time in a more private setup. So after hours, going to the pub or something like this. And it naturally led us to the situation where we decided to start being together, right? So it was 2 years ago, one and a half, I guess. So yeah, the story is pretty simple, nothing extraordinary. So I can say that gymnastics was this component that made us together. It's sharing the same passion, right?
That's a nice story.
Yes.
Wow, yes. So are you married or not yet? Or you're planning to?
No, we're not married. We're not married. We don't actually plan it right now. We just enjoy our time together.
Wow, okay, cool. Nice. So, Mira, if I ask you how much you like doing CrossFit from 1 to 10?
11. 11, but in terms of gymnastics, it's actually 20. Because gymnastics is what I love the most in CrossFit, yes.
Really? Wow. So what movement is your favorite doing CrossFit?
Oh, wow, the whole gymnastics, actually. I love pull-ups, I love chest to bars, I love toes to bars, I love muscle-ups, I love handstand push-ups, actually everything. So I love gymnastics in general. So whenever we are going to do some gymnastics workout, I'm always happy to do that. Tomorrow, for example, we are doing Cindy. So I'm really happy to do that workout because it's one of my favorite CrossFit workouts. I love the workouts that are pretty long. 20 minutes, I think, is pretty long. Not very intense, so the moderate intensity, where you work only with your body weight movements, right? This is my favorite type of workout, and we are doing that tomorrow, so I'm really happy.
Yeah, so good luck for tomorrow. Good luck. So what about power cleans and snatches, for example? You don't?
I like weightlifting as well. It's not my favorite part, though. I like it in general. There are some movements I'm not a fan of, to be honest. And I would say it's push presses, pull jerks, And also deadlift, it's not the movement that I would like, because it's not comfortable for me, like physically doing that movement physically. So those are not movements that I like the most, but I don't dislike them as well, right? So I really like them, but they are not my favorite. In terms of my favorite weightlifting movements, it's overhead squat.
Yeah, overhead.
I love it. Yeah, I love it because I love the movements I love the movements that require very high focus and stability. Because once you move your body 1 centimeter forward or backward, it's all gone, right? And this is something I really love about overhead squat, especially when it's heavy. I also like cleans. Yeah, and not a fan of snatches though. Yes, cleans and overhead squats, those are my favorite weightlifting movements.
Yeah, okay, nice. And if I ask you what means CrossFit for you, what can you tell us?
What CrossFit means for me?
For you.
I would say it's my passion. It's my passion, and I'm really happy that I finally got to know what that was, because I feel like when you figure out what your passion is in life, it's actually totally different level of experiencing the reality. So when you don't have it, when you don't know what your passion is, and you just live on a daily basis your day-to-day life, it's nice, it's fine, it can be very happy. But once you get to know what your passion is and you're able to act on it on a daily basis, it's actually totally different level of experiencing life. And I'm really happy that I got to the point where I figure out what my passion was in life.
Okay, nice. So you do anything else about from CrossFit, or just do CrossFit in your life?
In terms of sports activities, just CrossFit. It's a lot actually, because I work out 6 times a week. More or less. Sometimes it's 5, sometimes it's 7, but on average it's 6. I also walk my dog 4 times a day, every day. So I walk a lot. And I think that's it for now.
Okay, nice. And so your experience doing CrossFit has been great, amazing.
I think I'm pretty good at it. There are a lot of stuff I still need to work on, obviously, but I would say that I'm pretty advanced.
Yeah. So have you had any injuries in this?
Some minor stuff. Yesterday, actually, I was doing clean jerks, and I felt like my lower back is slightly injured. So tomorrow I'm having my PT appointment, and hopefully I will recover very quickly. But it's just a minor stuff, nothing serious.
Yeah. Okay. So have you been only in group classes, or have you had the opportunity to have classes 1-to-1?
Philip is actually my personal coach. So we have one-on-one class every week. Usually it's Saturday, and we work only on gymnastics movement, like pure gymnastics. We don't do weightlifting, we don't do cardio movements, it's pure gymnastics. We work on some skills that I already have, or sometimes we work on some new skills that I want to acquire in the future. And apart from that, I do one gymnastics class with Philip, so it's like a group class, right? And also I do one powerlifting class, which is also a special class in our box with the group, with the whole group. And 3 normal workouts of the day. So to sum it up, it's 6 workouts a week. 2 of them are gymnastics classes, one is powerlifting class, and 3 standard workouts.
Wow, cool. So do you think CrossFit changed your life in any point, maybe?
Yes, as I said, once you figure out what your passion is, it's totally different level of life. So yeah, it's changed my life completely.
Completely, yeah, okay. So can you share with us any kind of problem that you have and you do CrossFit and you just like feel good after doing it, maybe?
You are asking about like workouts? How do I feel after the workout?
How do you feel about doing CrossFit? If you have any problems, if you feel good doing it, like if you think that it makes you feel better when you have a problem and you do CrossFit, you feel good?
Yes, but
Yeah.
I'm pretty fortunate because my life is not very challenging, to be honest. I don't have
Yeah.
many problems, and even if I face some challenging situations, I always stay calm and relaxed. And I'm not that kind of person who would panic and who would, think what to do with this. So I'm pretty calm and relaxed person. So I don't necessarily need to do CrossFit to unwind my negative emotions or something like this. I just do CrossFit because I love it,
Yeah.
and after the workout I feel like I did something really good for me and for my body and for my mental health.
Yeah, okay. So if there is a new person who wants to do CrossFit, what can you tell uh, that person? What would you say?
I would say it depends on the
Yeah.
level of their advancement. Obviously, I would
Uh-huh.
say it's something different for a beginner and different for a advanced athlete in terms of other sports, right? So in terms of beginners, I would say that be open for whatever you hear at the CrossFit box. Be really open. Try to try to be very mindful about your movements, what you do with your body, and your body will say thank you in the best possible way, because CrossFit is a discipline that is there's variety of movements, all of the possible functional movements. You will love it definitely. I know a lot of people who started doing CrossFit just by accident, and they have been doing this for years now. And I think that it's a great sport for beginners, and don't be afraid of it. There are a lot of stereotypes around CrossFit, I guess, but none of them are none of them are true. So be really open. You will make friends very, very quickly, because CrossFit is not only sports; it's also community. And I would say that maybe it's even
Yeah. Wow.
it's just a community, right? So you will make friends very quickly. You will feel like you belong to this community very quickly, and this is the best thing ever. So don't be very open. Don't be afraid of anything.
Don't be afraid, exactly. And what about competitions? Have you been in any competitions or not?
Only CrossFit Open. Only CrossFit Open. I competed this year in CrossFit Open. Last year I was in vacation, so I didn't do that. But I started competing in CrossFit Open in 2021. This was my first CrossFit Open that I did, and I really like it. But I treat it like a fun part of doing CrossFit. I don't have this competitive gene, so I don't need to compete with people. I don't need to compare myself to them. I don't need to beat them or things like this. So everything I do this just for myself. And since CrossFit Open is just a huge celebration of CrossFit, I try to participate in this competition. But that's it.
Yeah, okay, nice. And do you have any goals in CrossFit or not?
Yes, I have goals specifically in gymnastics, because that's what I pay most attention to. They are related to improving the skills that I have already, mostly muscle ups. There are some movements I would want to acquire in the future. I'm working on the drop keep right now, which is not CrossFit movement actually. We don't have the drop keep in the CrossFit. It's specifically gymnastic movement. I was working on the front kick for some period of time. It's a movement on gymnastics rings, but I dropped it at some point because I felt like I don't have enough strength for that. But I will definitely get back to it in the future. And also we work on the ring muscle ups, because I want to improve them a bit to be able to catch the rings very high. So I want to improve my transition so that I can end up with almost straight hands, instead of catching it very low and then dip myself up, right? So we still work on this. It requires a lot of strength, so I do a lot of strength accessories that Philip gave me. And yeah, we are in the process, but I don't put any pressure on myself. I never say myself that you need to acquire this or that by the end of the month, for example, or something like this. I'm not. I'm not that kind of person who operates nice under a big pressure. So I always try to get rid of the whole pressure. So I just enjoy doing my workouts and enjoy doing my gymnastics classes, and that's it. And I can see the progress, obviously, and I just really enjoy it.
Wow, nice, nice. So, what is the most important thing for you to see in a coach?
I really appreciate all their physical preparation, which is great. but I'm usually focused on the psychological side of being coach. I'm really interested in psychology itself, in the connection between mind and body, how your belief system and your values can affect your physical life and things like this. So I'm always interested in the physical part of being a coach, and I think that there's no good coaching without the relationship between a coach and an athlete. So this is something I seek for in the coaches, and I can say that I find it whenever I want to see this type of connection between me and coach. I am always able to find it in the coaches that I've worked with so far. So
Wow.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay. And what about supplements? Do you take any protein or something like that or
Ah,
not?
I don't eat
Yeah.
any supplement, like zero, literally zero. I don't even take creatine, which is pretty popular and really good for advanced athletes. I'm not saying that there's something wrong with
Uh-huh.
this,
Uh-huh.
but I
Yeah.
just don't feel like eating any supplements.
Yeah.
The only one thing that I take is vitamin D free, but the
Yeah.
product that I eat is not a supplement. It's a drug. It's an actual medicine. So I need to go to the pharmacy to buy it.
Yeah.
So I don't take supplements. I use protein powder from time to time, but it's maybe twice a week
Twice a
because
week.
I'm able to eat appropriate amount of proteins from the diet. So I don't really need anything more. So when it comes to supplements, I recently read a research
Yeah.
actually that we as a nation
Yeah.
eat the most supplements on the whole planet. We spent, I believe, 8 billions PLN, so Polish currency, for the supplements yearly. So it's a huge amount of money.
Yeah.
And I think that the problem with supplements in my society is that whenever you identify some deficiency, for example, you do your blood test, you do your health examination, and you find out that there are some deficiencies, your first thought is that, hey, I will take this supplement to fix this, right?
Yeah.
You don't want to fix this by your diet and trying to eat the product that you need and eat the micro elements, for example, that you need. You rather go to the drugstore and buy some supplements to fix this. And this is really a problem because, as far as I'm concerned, in my country, the supplements market is not regulated enough. And there are a lot of companies who actually produce some kind of supplement. They are designed. They design a great packaging for it, and they sell you as a product who will help you with this and that, right?
Wow. Yeah.
But in fact, it's not. The regulations around it are not enough to check if it's really the product that should be sold to consumers. So I'm not saying anything bad about supplements. I would want people not to overuse it, right?
Yeah.
And to at least try to eat healthy and to provide your body whatever it needs from actual product like a diet and not supplements. But
Yeah.
but yeah, I mean, I don't eat supplements. I don't need this. I'm not going to eat anything. I feel like I'm able to provide my body everything it needs from the products. But I mean, I'm fine with other people doing that.
Yeah. Okay.
But it's a very broad topic.
So the way that you take care about the way you eat, you mean you eat all natural?
I take care of my diet. I'm a vegetarian actually,
Yeah.
so I eat in a different way than the rest of the people because, for example, my main source of proteins is dairy products.
Yeah.
I eat a lot of dairy products. I prepare all the meals by myself. I eat 5-6 times a day, and I prepare everything by myself.
Yeah.
I never buy processed food. Sometimes I eat something unhealthy. Obviously, everybody needs it from time to time. But in general, I eat very, very healthy. I take care of everything I eat.
Yeah.
And I think last year I had a very complex health examination. I was a vegetarian back then as well, and it turned out that I was a picture of health. So I was really happy because I don't cooperate with any dietitian. I do everything intuitively, whatever I feel is best for me. and it works perfectly for me. It turned out that I'm able to keep myself very, very healthy, even though I don't have this expertise and the specific knowledge about, diets and stuff.
Wow. But you're still vegetarian or not now?
I've been vegetarian for 2 years now. Yes, I
Ah.
don't eat meat. I don't eat fish. I don't eat seafoods.
Wow.
Yeah.
But it doesn't affect you when you work out.
No, it
No.
doesn't affect me. I would even say that I feel really great. When I started to be a vegetarian overnight, actually.
Yeah.
And I didn't have any grace period, like I will stop eating meat. Maybe I will eat meat for once a week or once every 2 weeks or once a month or something like this. I just dropped meat overnight, literally. My body kept sending me a lot of signals that I need to stop eating meat, and I just stopped it.
Wow.
And I feel really, really great. I've never had any problems related to my diet.
Wow, wow. That's the first time that I hear this in an athlete.
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah, I know it's not very
Uh-huh.
popular for
Uh-huh.
athletes. I can imagine that, but yeah, if you're focused on yourself and on your what your body needs, and my body needed to stop eating meat,
Wow.
literally.
Yes.
So I just wanted to give them whatever they needed, and it works perfectly.
Wow. So before this question, you tell us that you take a special drug. Uh,
It's just vitamin D free, and that's it.
and what's the name of this?
Uh, I don't really remember the name of the drug. I mean,
Yeah.
it's just only one thing that I need to eat because we
Yeah.
here in Poland we don't have much sun.
Yeah.
So that's why I use it as a supplement, but still it's a drug and not a supplement itself. I need to go to the pharmacy store to buy it.
Yeah. Wow. 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 So you're not planning in maybe in the future eat meat? No. Neither
No,
fish?
I'm
No.
not
No.
going back to meat. No, definitely.
Wow. Wow. Yeah. Wow. That's nice. So do you have anything to say before we end this interview? Maybe.
No, I wanted to thank you for the invitation. It's really good to be part of your channel because I really appreciate when people do some creative stuff like you do. So I'm really happy that you invited me for this channel, and I wanted to thank you
Yes,
for
Mira.
that.
Yes, me too. I want to thank you for to have participated in this interview. I'm gonna put the TikTok link. You only have TikTok,
Sure,
right?
I do.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm gonna put here so you can have many followers, new followers. And if there's anyone who wants to go to train to Poland, you need to open your box stores.
Thank
Yes.
you. Actually, I don't care about the followers, to be honest. I treat my TikTok channel as my personal diary. So I just want to post the videos of the workouts that I do, and be able to look what I did a year ago and see my progress and see how my positions changed and stuff. I don't necessarily need to have a lot of followers. I don't care about this, and I treat it very personally. So
Wow. But you
yeah.
might have new followers because they're gonna be looking at your videos and they're gonna be asking you maybe some questions.
Yeah, maybe. Hopefully.
Okay. Thank you, Mira. Thank you a lot. And if there's anything I can help, you can count on me. For Philip too. Okay.
Likewise.
Yes?
Thank you. I will tell Philip that he can reach you out whenever he needs.
Okay. Thank you and hugs. And if there's anything as I can tell you, you can count on me. Okay. Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
See you. Okay. Thank you.
Have a nice day. Bye
Bye
bye.
bye.